Hello, my name's Paul Ainsworth and I'm going to show you the quickest and best way to poach eggs using this Ewe original medium eggs. And I'm going to show you a really simplified way of doing it because actually, you know, things like salt, the temperature of the water, the main one being vinegar, all of that you really don't need. The most important thing you need when poaching an egg is a really good fresh egg. If that egg's not fresh, it's game over and you won't get those nice tight sort of poached eggs you see where the white wraps itself around the yolk. And I'm going to give you two ways as well. One that is simple, poached eggs on toast, and one if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you can take that poached egg to the next level. So let's get started. You can see here I've got a pan of water on and I purposely wanted to show you that is what we call a rolling boil. See, now I've turned that heat down. The bubbles slow down and what we call a haze. So the temperature of the water sits around 85, 90, and you can see here now, that is the perfect temperature, the perfect way. You don't want those bubbles flying through the water, you just want that water, what we call nice and hazy. Again, I'm not going to crack them on the side of the pan, I'm not going to drop them straight in. I'm actually going to start off by putting them in some cups. And when we add them to the water, it keeps the egg nice and tight, nice and together. And also, when you're poaching a few eggs, you can then basically tip them in all at the same time, as opposed to going backwards and forwards and cracking, and then they start to cook at different times. Now, you see we've got that water at the perfect temperature. That'll be sitting around late 80s, 90 degrees, which is just how we want it. Now, the spinning of the water, that is a good tip, because what happens is, first of all, we want to start with a nice deep pan like what we've got here. We spin the water as the egg drops in. If it was a shallow pan, it will hit the bottom. As it's kind of going through, basically the spinning of the water, the gravity of the egg falling through the water just wraps that white right around the yolk. But again, all of this does not make a slight bit of difference. Vinegar, all the things you might see, if the eggs aren't fresh. Gently we'll turn the water. And now this is why I break them into the cups, the eggs into the cups, because I can go 1, 2, 3. Now look how much quicker and more consistent that is than trying to kind of crack each one as I break it in there. For those eggs to be what I call, again, the white, soft and cooked all the way through, but with that lovely soft yolk centre, you're talking for me about a good 4.5, 5 minutes, especially if you're cooking them like this, where you're just gently poaching them. So our poached eggs have been cooking away now for about 4 minutes. You see, like those egg white, nice and tight around the yolk. So that's our poached eggs there. I'm just going to put those on a cloth. I've got some lovely butter at room temperature. Again, one of life's great pleasures. Great sourdough toast with beautiful salty butter in the middle like that. And now what I like to simply do is just, here we've got a little bit of olive oil, just a touch of olive oil over the eggs. And that does two things: get that nice pepperiness from a good extra virgin olive oil, touch of sea salt. Again, just seasoning the egg every single time. A little twist of the pepper over the eggs, which again, really beautiful. And then pop those lovely Ewe original medium eggs on top of your toast like that. And that round, you've got the yolk. I'll share this one just from the top. Look at that yolk. Open it up like that. And there you have it.